One of these women is getting $300,000 a month after taxes. We've got a housewife whose ex is sitting in federal prison for stealing from plane crash victims, another one whose ex got deported to Nigeria, and one woman who walked away with $400 million. Let's rank these Real Housewives divorce settlements from lowest to highest. Number 10. Ashley Darby. Starting at the bottom, we have Ashley Darby from Real Housewives of Potomac. Her divorce from Michael Darby just got finalised in February 2025, after she dragged her feet for almost 3 years. Now here's the thing about Ashley. She signed a prenup that basically screwed her over. At the season 7 reunion, she flat out told Andy Cohen, "According to the prenup, I'm not allowed to get alimony." Her castmates were shook. Giselle was like, "You can't get alimony." And Wendy wanted to know why she would ever sign something like that. Michael is a wealthy Australian businessman worth millions. But because of that prenup, Ashley walked away with basically nothing in terms of spousal support. They agreed to share custody of their 2 sons, Dean and Dylan, and Michael called the settlement amicable and fair, which of course, he would say that because he's keeping most of his money. But here's what bothers me about Ashley's situation. On the show, she revealed that even though they were separated, she and Michael were buying a house together through their LLC. Why would you tie yourself financially to someone you're trying to divorce? Fans were dragging her online, saying she fumbled an easy bag and should have negotiated better terms when she had the chance. Ashley's lawyer said a sign of a good divorce is that nobody is happy, and honestly, that tracks. Number 9. Jennifer Pedranti. Next up is Jennifer Pedranti from Real Housewives of Orange County. Her divorce from William Pedranti was rough to watch because this woman was literally getting evicted on camera while her settlement was being finalised. After 18 years of marriage, Jennifer walked away with a $267,811 lump sum to equalise the assets, plus $4,674 per month in child support for their 4 kids, and $1,735 per month in spousal support. So we're looking at roughly $6,400 a month plus that 6-figure payout. William got the better end of the deal though. He kept $535,000 from the sale of their family home, his construction company, and 3 vehicles. Jennifer got her yoga business, 2 bank accounts, and a retirement account. The messy part? At the time of filming season 18, Jennifer couldn't even afford her rent. She was facing eviction and had to move in with her fiancé Ryan Boyajian because she was that broke.
I know everything in my divorce is finalized. Unfortunately, my ex is still in a spot. And so everything, when it comes to like a lot of the expenses, is on me. And if I didn't have the housewife's job, I really don't know where I would be. So I'm just grateful that I do have that.
Her dad and Ryan were helping cover her bills because William stopped paying his share. And it's still not over. As of February 2025, they're back in court because William wants to reduce his payments now that Jennifer's RHOC salary has gone up. The drama never ends with these two. Number 8. Vicki Gunvalson, the OG of the OC herself, Vicki Gunvalson. After 16 years of marriage to Don Gunvalson, their divorce was finalised in 2014, and the settlement details recently came out. Vicki walked away with nearly $900,000 in total assets. She got their Coto de Casa home worth $600,000, half of several bank accounts, 3 Allianz accounts totaling about $230,000, a timeshare in Puerto Vallarta, a penthouse in Puerto Rico, and a 2009 Mercedes. Don got about $633,000 in assets, including their Irvine home, a vacation home in Lake Havasu, a BMW, a Lincoln Navigator, jet skis, and his 401k. Here's the tea though. Vicki actually had to pay Don $67,799 to equalise their assets, and she later mistakenly withdrew $95,000 from his account and had to pay it back. Years later, Vicki admitted she regrets the divorce entirely. She told Andy Cohen, "I think that if I had to do it all over again, I would not have divorced Don. He was a great man, great husband." She also confessed she cheated on him with Brooke's heirs and said it's the biggest regret I ever had. Don and Vicki don't speak at all now, but he still visits her grandkids. Awkward. Lisa Hochstein. Now this divorce is one that's still causing drama. Lisa Hochstein from Real Housewives of Miami and her plastic surgeon husband Lenny had one of the messiest splits in recent Housewives history. Lenny filed for divorce in May 2022 after being caught partying with a model in Miami, while Lisa thought their marriage was fine. She was completely blindsided, like the man had asked her to have a 3rd child 2 weeks before dropping this bomb. Their divorce was finalised in November 2024, and here's what Lisa got. $15,000 per month in child support for their 2 kids, Logan and Elle, spousal support payments, and Lenny has to build her a house. But here's where it gets messy. As part of the settlement, Lenny was required to buy land near Star Island in Miami and construct a home in an architectural style and manner similar to their old waterfront mansion. Lisa gets to live there until their youngest turns 18. Except now, Lisa is suing Lenny because she claims the house he's building is too small and non-waterfront. She says it doesn't match what was promised. Her lawyers filed a contempt complaint saying Lenny is deliberately not complying with the settlement. Lenny fired back saying he is complying and that the house is actually bigger when you count the garage. He also claims Lisa is the one who breached the agreement. Now here's my question, and this applies to Ashley too. Why would you agree to a settlement where your ex has to build you a house instead of just giving you cash? This gives him continued control over your life. Lisa's lawyer actually said it best. Lenny hates nothing more than a woman who refuses to be controlled. And yet the settlement literally keeps her dependent on him. Make it make sense. By the way, if you're enjoying this tea, hit that subscribe button because we're only halfway through and the numbers get absolutely insane from here. Number 6, Alexis Bellino. Remember Alexis Bellino from Real Housewives of Orange County? God is my saviour, my husband is my king. Well, that king filed for divorce in 2018 after 13 years of marriage. Alexis admitted they were in therapy for their entire 14-year relationship. She said they were like oil and water, and things got so toxic, it was bleeding into the family. Her settlement: $10,000 per month in spousal support, $6,000 per month in child support for their 3 kids, a $250,000 lump sum, a house in San Juan Capistrano, and all her jewellery and handbags. Jim kept the other house, his businesses, and his cars. That's $16,000 a month plus $250,000 cash. Not bad for someone whose ex was constantly controlling her career choices on camera. The plot twist? Alexis is now engaged to John Jansen, Shannon Beador's ex-boyfriend. The same Shannon who was on the show with Alexis's ex-husband. The same John who's currently suing Shannon for money he claims she owes him. These housewives really do keep it in the family. Number 5, Porsha Williams. Porsha Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta just had one of the most chaotic divorces we've seen in a while. She married Simon Guobadia in 2022 after dating him right after he split from Fallon Pena, who was actually on Rich OA at the time. So Porsha was literally dating her co-star's ex-husband. The mess was built in from day one. 15 months later, Porsha files for divorce. Then Simon gets detained by ICE for immigration violations, including fraud. And right before their divorce hearing in June 2025, he gets deported to Nigeria. The prenup was enforced and Porsha won. She got $40,000 per month in alimony for about 15 months, roughly $560,000 total. She keeps the Rolls-Royce. She has until 2027 to decide on their $7 million Atlanta home. And if she stays, Simon has to keep paying the mortgage, plus 50% equity in that house. All legal fees paid. Simon appealed from Nigeria and lost. He's now claiming he absolutely regrets marrying her and felt targeted for his money. The petty part? When he got deported, Porsha posted an American flag emoji on her Instagram story. The shade. As of August 2025, Porsha filed to hold Simon in contempt because she claims he owes her $667,000 in unpaid settlement money. Girl is not playing. Number 4, Erika Jayne. Okay, buckle up, because Erika Jayne's situation is genuinely unprecedented in Housewives history. Erika married Tom Girardi in 2000. She was 28, he was 60. Tom was this mega-famous attorney, the guy behind the Erin Brockovich case. They lived large. Private jets, $40,000 a month glam squads, designer everything. In November 2020, Erika files for divorce. 6 weeks later, creditors forced Tom into bankruptcy. Turns out he'd been embezzling money from his clients for years, including families of people who died in the Lion Air plane crash that killed 189 people. Tom was convicted of wire fraud and sentenced to 87 months in a federal prison in June 2025. He's currently incarcerated. Here's the crazy part. As of February 2026, Erika and Tom are still not officially divorced. She filed 5 years ago because Tom has Alzheimer's and is under a conservatorship. She has to go through his conservator for any legal paperwork. She went on Watch What Happens Live and said it's very difficult to divorce someone who's incompetent. But instead of getting a settlement, Erika is actually facing a $25 million lawsuit. The bankruptcy trustee claims Tom's firm spent over $25 million on her company EJ Global over 12 years. Her trial is scheduled for 2026. Number 3, Kim Richards. Let's go back to the OGs. Kim Richards from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has a divorce settlement that's been paying out for over 3 decades. Kim married Greg Davis in 1988. Here's what you need to know about Greg. His father Marvin Davis was an oil billionaire worth $5.8 billion. The TV show Dynasty was literally inspired by this family. The marriage only lasted 3 years before they divorced in 1991. Rumour has it, Greg's parents told him to choose between Kim or the family fortune. He chose the money, but Kim didn't walk away empty. According to reports, her settlement started at $20,000 a month, then bumped up to $23,000 a month for life, or until she remarries. That's $276,000 a year. And Kim has never remarried, so she's been collecting those checks for over 30 years now. Do that math? We're talking potentially $8+ million from a 3-year marriage. Kim has had her struggles, addiction, legal issues, chaos, but that $23,000 a month has been her safety net through all of it. And Greg? He keeps the lowest profile imaginable. No social media, no public appearances, just cuts that check and stays quiet. Number 2, Camille Grammer. Camille Grammer walked away from her marriage to Kelsey Grammer with a $30 million settlement. They were married for 13 years with 2 kids when it came out that Kelsey had been cheating with a flight attendant named Kate Walsh. He literally married Kate 2 weeks after the divorce was finalised. We watched this unfold during season 1 of RHOBH. Camille realising her marriage was over in real time. It was brutal to watch. Kelsey initially offered $30 million. Camille demanded $50 million. They settled on $30 million, half of their $60 million in assets. They had no prenup, so California community property laws were in Camille's favour. She also got 50% of Kelsey's 401k, child support and alimony. When people questioned why she took so much, Camille said, "I was married for 13 years. I worked hard. I just didn't sit back buying fancy clothes and shoving bonbons in my face." Kelsey won't even say her name in interviews now. Their daughter Mason confirmed, "My parents still don't talk, at all, ever." But Camille's living her best life with a net worth around $50 million. Caroline Fleming. Now this one comes with a twist. Caroline Fleming from Ladies of London has been reported to have walked away with a $400 million divorce settlement. But here's the thing. Caroline herself says that's a myth. Caroline is Danish royalty, an actual baroness. She married Rory Fleming in 2001. Rory is the nephew of Ian Fleming, the author who created James Bond. His family was reportedly worth over $1 billion at the time. After 7 years of marriage and 2 kids, they divorced in 2008. British tabloids like the Daily Express reported she received £400 million in the settlement. But Caroline has publicly shot this down. In an interview, she said, "If there is one myth I have spent some time trying to kill off, it is the rumours of the many millions I got from my divorce. I don't live my life the way I do because I made a killing in my divorce settlement, because I didn't. I have to work to earn my own money." She says her income comes from writing books, doing interiors, television, perfumes, podcasts and YouTube. So while her net worth is still estimated at $400 to $450 million, that number appears to include her own family wealth and her television career, not a massive divorce payout. That means Sutton Stracke actually holds the title for the biggest verified divorce settlement in any Real Housewives show, ever. Number 1, Sutton Stracke. Sutton Stracke from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills receives $300,000 per month in spousal support after taxes, for life, or until she remarries. That's $3.6 million a year. Since their divorce was finalised in 2018, she's received approximately $28 million so far, and counting. But that's not all. She also got $50,000 a month in child support, a $1.235 million lump sum, 2 houses, multiple luxury cars, a wine collection, and Andy Warhol art prints. Her ex Christian Stracke also set up a $3 million trust for their kids. Christian is a managing director at PIMCO, one of the largest investment firms in the world. His net worth is around $30 million. And thanks to this settlement, so is Sutton's. The painful part? Christian filed for divorce on Sutton's birthday, brought her a cake, celebrated, then called the next day to say he'd filed and she needed a lawyer. Recently, Christian had their marriage annulled by the Catholic Church 8 years after they were already divorced. When Sutton asked why, he said, "It would make us better friends." Her mum said it was his way of telling her, "You don't matter." And if you think these settlements are dramatic, wait until you see what happened to Kenya Moore. Her downfall might be one of the most shocking in Housewives history. I broke it all down in this video right here.